G'day world, Craig Jenkins from Hydroblasting. Welcome to my channel. I've got a couple of crappy old forks off a Honda CT90 project I've got here. What we're going to do today is we're going to strip those down. We're going to knock off the paint from here. We're going to hydroblast these legs, and I'm going to show you how I polish this stuff the easy way, but it's all to do with the preparation. So stick around, give us a few minutes of your time and come along for the ride. Well, here's a closer look at those forks. As you can see, they're pretty dirty. Said before, they're painted, so we've got to knock that paint off. And got a bit of paint on the tubes here as well. A little bit of surface rusting there. I reckon we can blast that off and give it a scrape with a razor blade. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll strip these down off camera, and then we'll make a start on cleaning them up. Well, there we go. We've got the fork disassembled. Next thing we'll do is we'll chuck this leg here in the dry blaster, blast all that crap off it, just give it a pre-blast for the Hydroblaster. That'll clean the paint and all that grease off. So we'll chuck it over there now. So here it is in the dry blaster. I'll give it a quick blast and I'll give you a look at that when it's had all that crap knocked off it. And there we go, there's the first stage of the prep work done. That's just out of the dry blasting cabinet. Now, if you look here, I don't know whether you can see that, but there's a fairly nasty gouge in that. Before I polish it, I'll just knock the rough edges off that. Without going too far and tigging it up, we'll just polish it as it is. But anyway, next step, we'll put it in this big green bastard here. So there we are, that's that fork leg out of the Hydroblaster. Now, a lot of people, including myself, would probably just leave that as it is for their restoration. But for those who like shiny blingy stuff, this is the perfect preparation. As I said, that gouge there you can see, to do this properly, you'd probably TIG that up. It's too deep to just rub out. You'd TIG that up and then rub it back. But for the sake of the exercise, we'll just polish this and we'll drag out the polishing gear now. And here's my bucket full of polishing gear here, dragged out and chucked on the table. As you can probably see, it doesn't get a lot of use these days. I generally just prefer the hydroblasted look. But we'll drag the bench grinder out and we'll mount this stuff up. And just quickly, guys, the idea of this video isn't for you guys to bring all your stuff around and get me to polish your parts. It's to show you what you can do at home after you've had your parts hydroblasted. So if you've got an engine, a bike you're restoring, you can get all your parts clean, take it home, get yourself a little polishing kit and go for it and polish the pieces that you want nice and shiny. So the first thing we need to do here is whip off this wire wheel and mount this arbor that you can buy at your local auto parts store or hardware store that mounts the polishing wheels. Okay, we'll just chuck on this roughing buff here. Just screw that on a bit. That'll do. Now we'll get some buffing compound and we'll have a crack. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bung a bit of this grey cutting compound or polishing compound onto that wheel there, and we're going to give it a roughing polish. There you go, that's about all you need to do with that grey compound, is to get it to a finish like that before you move on to the white compound and put the shine on it. Anyway, we'll finish this bit and we'll move on to the next bit. Well, that's the grey compound all done. We'll give that a wipe down, clean a bit of that leftover compound off it, and we'll pop another wheel on here and move on to the white rouge. Well, we'll chuck this wheel on now. This isn't quite as brutal as the other one, but it should be good enough to give us a first go at the white polish or the white rouge. Well, there we go. That's starting to come up nicely. I'll just turn the camera off, finish this, and then we'll move on to a a softer rag on the polishing, on the grinder, and we'll go from there. Well, there we go. That's the first lot of white rouge on there, white compound. What I'll do now is I've got two soft cloth wheels here, one that I've used a bit of rouge on before, and one that I just give for a finishing polish. So we'll put this one on now and give it a quick run over on that, and then we'll swap it over and put this one on, and it should be finished, but that's coming along quite nicely. Well, there we go. We'll just wipe that down. We'll put that other cloth on, and that should do it. Well, there you go, folks. That's done. You could just about shave in that. We might pop that out in the sun in a minute and give you a look at that, but we'll pop it down on the table and give you a look at it side by side with the other one. And there it is alongside the other one. This is the sort of thing you guys can do at home if you go out to your local parts place or hardware store and buy yourself a little polishing kit. Anyway, we'll whip that out in the sunshine and have a look. Yeah, there it is there. That's looking nice, isn't it? Righto, what I'll do now is I'll give this stanchion a bit of a clean up and pop it back together off camera, and we'll pop it alongside that other fork and give you a look at it before and after. And there we have it, guys. That's the final product. We'll fill that with oil. Let's clean up the other one, and they'll be ready to go back on the bike. Well, there you go, guys. That was something a little bit different from the old blaster today. Looks all right. Anyhow, don't forget, if you like what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down there. Push the subscribe button if you haven't already and you want to see some more. Don't forget little bell icon or something down there. Check out one of these videos, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye for now.